How you guys doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good, doing good. I'll let DK slide in here a little bit before me. Yeah, so.
I, it was that was a surprise, I think, for
Yeah.
all of us, but it was good. It was good. Hey, I know that you guys are going to be playing hard this weekend. It is much better to finish off the season on a strong note, but for you, a win would break a tie with Peyton Manning for the winningest quarterback in the first 10 seasons of a player's career. Does
Yeah.
that and any of the other milestones you could potentially reach mean anything to you at this point?
Yeah, I think that's the most important one. That's the most important milestone, just to be able to continue to win and do some special things. Obviously, when you think about Peyton Manning, you think about arguably the greatest quarterback of all time. And I think for me, I want to continue to be great. I've always looked up to Peyton. I've gotten to know him over the years, obviously, and everything else. So just to be mentioned in the same category as him is a blessing in itself. And so I've had tremendous teammates, tremendous coaches, tremendous people around me, but also to just you work hard at it every day. And I think that anytime, for any young kid out there listening, anytime you work hard at something great is possible. And I've always wanted to give myself the best chance possible every day. And that attention to detail, that love for the game, the passion for it. When I came in, I was passionate. I'm 10 times more passionate about the game, and and just the study habits and all that goes into it. And I always believe that success leaves clues. And I think that when you think about the hard work of it all, that's the reason why. And just God's been good to me.
Corbin.
Hey, Ross, you're on the record several times recently saying that you hope to be with the Seahawks beyond this season, but you're one of the few players in the league that has full control over your destiny with the no-trade clause. Why, if you want to be in Seattle, instead of saying you hope to be here, why not just come out and definitively squelch these rumors? What is there to gain keeping the door open when you have full control over your fate?
Well, I think first of all, Corbin, when it comes to no-trade clause in sports, the main reason is so teams can't trade somebody to anywhere. That's the number one reason, right? Because in sports, you could wake up the next morning, you're gone somewhere else. That's the number one reason. I think the going back to your main question, though, for me, I think what I'm really super passionate about, obviously, my goal is to win more Super Bowls, and my plan's to win them here. It's that simple. I think that's, and so that's there's nothing really else other than that.
John Boyle.
Yeah, Russ, congratulations on the Bart Starr Award. I know you got to talk to his wife a little bit on Zoom and hear that from her. Just what does that award mean for you? Another pretty big national award.
Yeah, first of all, I have been fortunate to meet, Cherry before in the past. And my dad, my grandfather, they used to talk about Bart Starr all the time and everything else. And growing up, obviously I was a young kid watching the Packers, and you'd always see his name at the top of the stadium and different things like that. My dad and my grandfather used to always talk about what he meant to the league and what he meant to sports and to people. And being around Cherry a couple times has always been a tremendous honor. And obviously playing at University of Wisconsin, I know how much the Starr family means to just Wisconsin as a whole. But just to be able to, fortunately, to be able to win this award and everything else, it's about amazing people. It's about everybody talks about that one individual, whatever it may be, but it's really about the others around you. I think that I've been fortunate and blessed to be around amazing people who want to serve just as much, if not more, than I do, and they inspire me every day. Being around Sierra, being around my teammates, being around this community is obviously a very special community, and so all those things, I love playing this game. I love going for it every day. I love waking up every day, hungry to get better, and then ultimately, just to have the opportunity to be able to make a difference in the world is what this game has brought to me. So that's been the best part about it all.
Nico.
Thank you. Hey, Russ. When you get so used to being in the playoffs and that winning mentality constantly, as a player and as a group, what can you guys take from this season that maybe you could build on for next season?
Well, I think there's a lot we can build on. I think, first of all, we've gotten better over the past few weeks of just being cleaner in what we're trying to do, trying to be as efficient as possible. I think the protection's done a really good job over the past several weeks in particular. I think that obviously the running game has gotten better every day. every game. I think just the energy of our team, and everything else. There's a lot of experiences. I think this year's been challenging. I never expected to get injured, obviously, and everything else. And been fortunate to play in all those games in a row and everything else. But we'll have to start a new streak. But I think that in the midst of it all, I think the best thing that we can do is go try to win this game this weekend. That's what really matters is today. Having the best freaking Thursday practice we can possibly have. We've had a great walkthrough to go into this practice this afternoon and have a tremendous Thursday practice. That's where success continues to happen. And I think just to be in the moment and don't be worried about what's down the road or anything else like that. And I think to be able to capture that mentality, that championship mentality, you have to be in the moment every day. And so I think that's the most important thing.
Michael Sean.
Hey Russ, would you say this is some of the best pass protection that you've had in any season?
Yeah, these guys have been doing a great job. I think Posic's done a great job up front. I think, having Big Gabe out there, having Shell in and out, but Jake's stepped up in a big way. D. Lou's been in there quite a bit, and then having Phil Haynes. I thought Phil Haynes had a tremendous game last game. You're watching the film and just his attitude and approach to the game, in the run game and pass game, and obviously Dwayne Brown's one of the best in the game. So. Those guys are working their butts off every week, and I think also too the running backs and tight ends, they play a tremendous role too, right? I mean, you see Colby, chip blocking and then getting out and getting the first down. You see Homer stepping up and blocking. DJ Dallas, all those guys. You saw Penny had an awesome, several weeks ago he had an awesome block off the corner blitz. I think it was against the 49ers. Those moments like that are really key.
And one more. How would you describe what an ideal offense looks like that accentuates your strengths as a quarterback?
Listen, I think we want to be able to facilitate the ball to everyone. We want to be able to play up-tempo. We want to be able to be aggressive in the mentality, but also take what they give us. We want to be able to be efficient. We've always been super highly efficient, and over a long period of time, and so we want to be able to do that. And then ultimately, when the game's on the line, down the red zone or the game's on the line in key moments, that's when we strike. And I think that's what I always want to be known for, is to be clutch.
Thanks.
Yep.
Rob.
Hey Russell, good to see you again. I know you pushed yourself really hard to come back from that injury. You wanted to be out there as quickly as possible when you did come back. But how often do you think guys who may not be in your position, who may not be starters, who are fighting for roster spots or are backups, may feel pressure to come back from injuries or play through them if they're hurt?
So what's your question exactly, just so I understand?
How often do you think guys may feel that pressure to come back? Guys who aren't necessarily starters, guys who are fighting for to make a name for themselves. Do you think they sometimes maybe feel pressure to come back and play through injury?
I don't know if it's pressure. I don't know if it's looking forward to the moment. I think everybody loves this game. To be able to play this game, you have to be a little bit wild, a little bit crazy. You have to be tough, and to be able to do all the things you have to be able to do every day. And this game is one of the hardest games there is in the world. And so, I think every guy's circumstance is different.
Brady.
I think you're muted, Brady. There you go.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Right,
Hi, Russell.
What's up, man?
Just with the uncertainty with your future, what do you think it's going to be like Sunday playing for what supposedly could be the last time in Seattle, or with Seattle?
I think the certainty is today. The certainty is today to give everything I got today, and then when we get to Sunday is to go ball out and have a great game and do what I know how to do best. That's the only thing I know. I don't know anything else. There's no no uncertainty in that sense for me. That's how my mindset's always been. So I'm grateful just to be able to put my cleats on again and go after it, man. And I think that as you continue to go throughout your career, every one of these moments, every time you step on the field, every time I get to come out to practice, I enjoy it that much more. And I always thought I used to enjoy it when I was younger. I love it that much more. When I was 22, 23 years old. And now to be able to do what I'm get to do, it's a blessing. So, it's want to be able to go out there and play a great game and put on a show. And, there's going to be, obviously our fans traveled amazing. We can't wait to see the 12s out there, and it'll be a great game.
the glove that you or the gloves that you wore last week, was that just something you were doing because of the weather, or is that something you plan on continuing to do?
That was just the weather. It was raining pretty hard, first, second quarter. So once I had them on, just kept them on.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Tim?
Russ, what's something that maybe you've learned this year about Shane that you didn't know, just from the conversations you had, when he got hired last year? Just maybe a couple things that stand out about either your relationship or the way he functions things in meetings, that you've kind of picked up on.
Well, what I sensed early on was that he was a tremendous teacher. Obviously, doing things through Zoom and teaching everybody is a challenge, but at the same time, we have a lot of fun while doing it and learning it all. I mean, these guys, our players, we're so smart. They're on all the details and everything else. So that was great, and I think that you saw those positive effects early on in training camp, first couple games of the year, everything else, and that really showed up. I think as you go throughout a season, adversity comes in life. Adversity comes, no matter what the moments are. And I think what's been amazing about Shane's process is that he hasn't wavered on his character. He hasn't wavered on his moments. He hasn't wavered on his teaching ability. He hasn't wavered on any of that. And I think that level of consistency is what makes somebody great and what gives them the best chance to be really, really great for a long time. And I think Shane has those qualities. He has that ability and everything else. And so his consistency is what you measure a player, a coach, a professional on, is their consistency and how long they can do it for, and his sharpness and everything else. And he does a tremendous job of that. And I think we can all say that consistency is really key in that. And I think that's what I love about Shane. And also too, he loves the game. Anybody who loves the game, I appreciate him, because it's something that I think as time's gone on throughout, especially in players, I think guys lose the game a little bit, and I think players in particular, I think just over time, and I think that nowadays in sports and everything else, I think a lot of times people, love the moments and this and that, but they don't love the hard process of it all. And I think there's been a lot of hard challenges and things, and I think Shane's been a great leader in that sense.
Do you find that the collaboration between you two this year is different than the type of collaboration maybe you had in the past with either Shoddy or Daryl when he was here?
I think Shoddy and Coach Bevel are both tremendous coaches and tremendous teachers too. I think with Shane, he's exactly very similar in that sense that he's been with the Patriots, he's been with the Redskins, he's been with the Rams. He's got so much versatility in his thought process, and he's not closed-minded by any means. And so I love how Shane thinks and how he processes. And so for me, I've had some unbelievable coaches along the way, and I think Shane's definitely one of those. And so I love his collaboration, how we partner together every day, every morning, late at night. It may be 11:30, 12, 1 o'clock in the morning, and we're texting. And next thing you know, we're both up at 4:35, and we're texting about a new play. So that's ball, and that's what it takes.
Thank you.
Yep.
Bob?
Yeah, Russell, what do you feel like this offense needs to get better at in the offseason to sort of take the next step next year?
Well, I think a key part of it, staying healthy. I think second part of it is, I think the second part of it is just being consistent every day, and just obviously the games and those moments as much as possible. We play, every game is always a challenge, right? So to be able to step up to those challenges and step up to those moments and to be able to do those. I think that when you think about the past, and all those games that we've won and all that, I think that we've finished so well, in so many different moments. And I think that, this season we've had some just, why did that happen? Why did this happen? Or whatever it may be. And I think to be able to eliminate those moments too, and to be really precise on what we're trying to do, how we're trying to do it, making sure that we all understand it and do it right, and just get every little detail just perfect. That's what it takes to play playoff championship and Super Bowl type football, and there's going to be mistakes along the way, but to be able to when there is a mistake, to be able to pass it by and let it go and stay in that moment, I think that's continual growth, and I think that'll definitely happen.
Art?
Russ, looking back on it, what do you think was the most difficult aspect of your recovery to get back to normal?
I would say missing the games.
But from a physical standpoint and a prep standpoint.
Yeah, just physically, just going through surgery, having to be put down and wake up and before being put down, knowing that your fingers twisted 3 different ways and everything else, and then to wake up and know that your finger's straight again and all's going to be well. Spiritually going into that, emotionally going to that, I'm like, okay, this is different. You never had to deal with this before. But just through a lot of prayer, a lot of support and everything else, finding the best doctor in the world, and Dr. Shin, in terms of, fingers and hands and all that. And then just saying, you know what, let's go for it. This is a challenge, and I'm gonna overcome every challenge that I face. And I think that was kind of probably the most difficult part, is the initial part. I think that knowing that, okay, this is going to be a battle. I don't know how long this is going to take or whatever, but I'm going to do everything I can to overcome it.
All right, 2 more for you, Russ.
Okay.
Nico?
Yes, hi, Russ. For a player who's had to play through injuries and you know how difficult that is, I just kind of wanted your take on Antonio Brown's situation and, what you've seen and heard from his side and from the Bucks, of course.
Yeah, I don't know much about it, to be honest with you, so I can't really give too much intel or thoughts on it. But I think that obviously Antonio's been one of the best players in the league and over all these years and everything else. And obviously the Bucks have a tremendous football team. I don't really know much more than that, but all we can focus on is us and what we have this week.
Last one, Greg.
Russ, are you now a glove guy, even in
Sorry,
Arizona?
I lost you for a split second there. What'd you say, Greg?
I said, are you now a glove guy? You're even going to wear it in Arizona on Sunday?
A what guy?
Gloves.
Am I a glove guy? Oh, glove guy. Yeah, no. I just wore it for that moment, just because it was pouring down pretty good and
right.
The ball was soaking wet. So that was really the reason why.
And Pete Carroll told us this week that, as far as he's concerned, he can ignore all these rumors about your future and where you might be going and who's going to trade for you because of the conversations he has with you. If you can take out everything else in your football life and just were focused on what Pete Carroll has told you and your relationship with them, would that alone assure you that you're in Seattle as long as you can see?
Yeah, I mean, we've always thought I'd always be here, and that's been always my goal, is to win. I have said to you guys, win multiple Super Bowls, and my plan's to be here and to do that, and it's, you take every day and you just enjoy the moment, man. I've learned that along the way, that's probably been one of my greatest gifts to myself, is to know that every day I'm going to give everything I have that day, and that's it. And I've learned that too, watching Coach Carroll and just his process every day and consistency of his approach. And so, I'm grateful for the moments every day, so that's what I know.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, Russ.
Anybody else? Okay, thank you guys so much. Go Hawks. I guess I'll see you guys in Arizona.
Sure.
See you guys.
Yeah.